And yes, I'm still with the squad right here. David Additional to my left, Azu Onicha to my right, and to my far right, yes, Pam J, really looking to make things happen. Well, of course, talking about Barcelona, Barcelona were in action this weekend, and they defeated their opponents with Lamine Yamal. No wonder Mohamed was like, Lamine Yamal scored a bicycle kick, and of course, they were able to make things happen. Let's also remind you that there's football to be played in England today. Everton taking on Leeds United. But let's talk about the La Liga. Barcelona, Oviedo. I mean, if they don't beat Oviedo, who should they be beating? Manchester United beat Arsenal. They're beating Oviedo and they are proud. But anyways, yes, Olmo with the first goal, Rafinha with the second, and then Lamine Yamal with the third. And you look at the standings right now. Barcelona are still number one, but just a point. 1 point. One behind Real Madrid. 52-51. Atletico Madrid are in 44. I don't know if they are coached by Mikolo. But anyways, that's the number of points that they have amassed. And you begin to wonder whether or not Barcelona will win the league or Real Madrid will win it. Do you think Barcelona can win objectively now? Forget about the fact that you're a Barcelona fan. Do you think they can win the La Liga with what you've seen so far this season?
Well, with what I've seen so far, they can't win it. The only thing that is going to be an issue is injuries. We've seen that Pedri's down. We've seen that De Jong is having issues. But the good part of it is, as Pedri is going to be out for like a month, Gavi is coming back. I think they're going to be back at the same time. We saw what happened in October when they had injuries. Rafinha out, Lewandowski was out, Olmo was out, Juan Garcia was out. Even Lamine is still playing with the injuries that he has. So that's one thing that really affects them. If not the style of play, the pressure, the press, the determination, and all of that. Even the game they lost against Real Sociedad, we saw that they played way better. I say that is one of their best performance all season. The scoreline doesn't really say everything about that game. And then one of the issues they always complain of is refereeing issues, and we see it every day when it comes to Barcelona. So at this point,
when you say refereeing issues, are you saying the referees are not fair to Barcelona and League?
Yes, they're not. The game against Real Sociedad, they had 3 goals cancelled, 1 penalty not given, a whole lot of that. And then we've seen it time and time again where referees have stopped Barcelona tried to operate it in 2016/17 when they just needed a point to go above Real Madrid, and then it cancelled out a Messi legal goal and all that. So years after years, we've seen that referees have been the one. Aside them, referees have been the one to take them backwards. So if the referees decide to be calm and then to just do their things and be fair in doing their thing, I don't think anything else aside injuries and refereeing, I don't think anything else will stop them from winning the league.
So of course, Alvaro Arbeloa has taken over from Xabi Alonso, and we saw what Real Madrid did over the weekend. Mbappe killed any challenge from Villarreal right there with 2 well-taken goals, talking about Kylian Mbappe. Yes, so when Mbappe kills you, you know that, yes, Real Madrid for the win. But Alvaro Arbeloa, is he starting to come to grips with what the task ahead means for him? And is he really a man you would say can't step in that big shoe vacated by Xabi Alonso?
A tall order. Not even by Xabi Alonso, by Real Madrid itself. Because Real Madrid don't mind sacking you the next 2 weeks if you're not giving them what they want. For Alonso to have left a man I think didn't do badly in that sense. You're coming in your first season and you're just maybe 4 points behind the Barcelona who just won the treble without the Champions League. Actually, you'll just beat you about 4 times last season, and you've won the first time you played against them. So Arbeloa has even a worse record. If you go check, considered, is it 25? The same amount of goals he scored with the B team was the same amount of goals he has considered. Win ratio was maybe less than even 40. Really bad. Wow. So bringing such a man, it was just to tell him we just have to get somebody into that position, that space. We're not ready to get in the manager as quickly.
So you don't believe in him?
He has shown spices. Let me make a Cody.
Okay.
Don't show Cody. But the point is, I can't put my money on Alonso staying in that club for too long. But some people grow on bigger jobs.
Yeah.
Maybe this might just be his case, but judging him based on paper and what I know with Alonso, I hear he always loves to play that gung-ho pressing, a kind of football like they saw with Jurgen Klopp. Since they couldn't get Jurgen Klopp, let's get an Abaloa to take that job and do something. And winning with Mbappe is not where the result is. I want to see him do it with the team. Mbappe didn't play. I think it was his first game. It was Vinicius that did the wonders in that particular encounter.
Yeah.
So I want to see him do it with Vinicius and Mbappe, because these are the biggest principalities. The same guys that should be helping him win the games are the biggest principalities. This is just a game against Villarreal. Villarreal has been one of the worst teams in the La Liga this season, especially when you look at them from the Champions League angle. And you play against the Real Madrid side. The last time you see a Villarreal do wonders against Real Madrid was the days of Chukwueze, who will single-handedly win games back-to-back against teams like this. So, at this point in time, they are playing good football, Real Madrid. But, see, there's something about Real Madrid. If they are not scoring from the first half as easily as they want, they are still not convinced. Even when they were winning, they were saying Alonso was not giving them what they wanted. They were topping the table at one point in time. They were still complaining about Alonso. So, he was already shaky with him. So, Arbeloa, most likely loved by the board, just to prove Alonso wrong with the little I know. But what I'm saying is I cannot give him my a pass at this point in time to say go ahead as a coach. But let's enjoy what he has at this point in time and see whether he grows on the job.
All right, let's enjoy what he has and see whether he grows. Well, our next talking point is all about Senegal leaving the field. Of course, you know that final, the AFCON final 2025 in Morocco. Only a couple of Sundays ago, they decided to leave the field to protest the referee's decision. And now FIFA President Gianni Infantino has stated that that move was unacceptable. Senegal walking off the pitch, he says that was unacceptable. Gianni Infantino has stated he also criticized the Senegal coaches, the players, and some fans for their behavior at the end of regulation time against the host nation Morocco. That was astonishing for the final of an international competition. Well, I can tell you that in the coming days, the Confederation of African Football, CAF, will announce its disciplinary sanctions following the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations final. This match between Senegal and Morocco was marred by controversial refereeing decisions. The Lions temporary boycott, the towel incident, and clashes between supporters, with 5 months to go before the Lions of Teranga face France in their opening match of the 2026 World Cup, which will be on the 16th of June. Senegal fans are holding their breath. And I don't know, upcoming sanctions will be meted out. And I begin to let you in on the fact that, yes, we are streaming live on Facebook. Yes, indeed. You already know NigeriaInfo.fm. Yes, indeed. Nigeria Info is streaming on Facebook, so you can follow the action right here. But what sanctions do you feel should be meted out to Senegal? David, I'll start with you on that one.
It has to obviously go by the books. And if you are giving the Senegalese national team any punishment, it has to be something that the books does veto. Yes, ethically, what they did last weekend, the weekend before the last weekend. Now, this is another week that we obviously getting into. We are not obviously in a weekend, so the weekend before last weekend, what they did wasn't the best. And that's something where they've got to improve on ethically. However, the message which they were trying to send across was rightly received by the Moroccan national team and also the African continent. Everyone on the African soil felt the Moroccan national team were illegitimately favored across games at the tournament. Some even felt from the first game against Comoros to the culminating game of the tournament against Senegal. Many did echo thoughts regarding Senegal, the Moroccan national team receiving favors. But yes, they should receive a punishment due to what they did. However, those punishment has to be accorded to them in line with the laws. Every precept of the laws should be applied. If they are wrong, which, yes, ethically they are wrong. And if they are wrong, yes, punish them, but the punishment has to be in the right way and according to the laws.
What kind of sanctions should be meted out to Senegal, Pamela? What kind of sanctions should they expect, or what sanction would you say best fits what they did by walking off the pitch in that final?
So the thing is, if you're going to sanction them by walking off, you also have to address why they walked off, and not just Senegal. Senegal were not the only country to do something that's warrants sanction. Morocco also deserves taking the goalkeeper's towels is something they even did it in a game. I think Wydad or so on Saturday in Morocco. It's something you're trying your possible best to. That's not professional at all. And then you're trying your possible best to destabilize the other team. Play fair. There's no fair play, and they gave them the fair play team. Now, we could see Brahim screaming at the referee. We could see Moroccan players doing a whole lot of things. So I think the sanction should be on both sides. But since this is like the first time this has ever happened in the AFCON, I think it should just be a financial
punishment.
Yes, exactly.
Nothing more.
Because Senegal are going to the World Cup. They need to prep. So anything that's just going to destabilize them the more. And they should just leave them to enjoy their trophy. So
all right, leave them to enjoy their trophy. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Of course, let's hear from you. What sanctions do you think should be meted out to Senegal? What appropriate sanctions do you think CAF should met out to Senegal? Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Dizu.
Yeah, good evening.
Papa, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. How is work? How is your day?
We thank God. We thank God.
Brother, go ahead, please. Time.
You don't allow me to greet somebody.
Thank you.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Time of the essence right here. You don't spend time just saying how was work. How are you? She's working. Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening to you.
This is Moses from Ikoyi.
Moses, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Please, I want to talk about Barcelona.
Okay.
Pamela was saying that the referees are now.
Yeah, she says referees are always officiating against Barcelona.
You remember the time of Michel Platini when he was the UEFA president and Messi, the way they robbed many clubs in Michel Platini, against Chelsea. That match that Chelsea lost against Barcelona.
Ovrebo.
Yes, how they robbed Chelsea, 2 penalties, didn't proper penalty, and many other teams that Barcelona robbed. Now it's payback time. Yes, it's payback time.
Okay. So a lot of people like to talk about that Chelsea and Barcelona game.
But that I watched that match, I fell on top of my chair. Yeah, because it was very painful. How they Chelsea lost that game. Clear penalty.
Sorry.
So that was bygone. But the Senegalese, I was happy they won the match. I was very happy. But for them leaving the field, it's not good at all for football.
Yeah, Morocco said it affected them.
Yes, it's not good because they should have sit down. According to a man that was contributing that day. The man said they should have sit down on the field, not going out of the field. They should have sit down with their sit down. That they are not playing with the ball. That one should be better than walking out. The sanction, I pray the sanction will not be much.
All right.
Will not affect them in the World Cup.
All right. Thank you so much. Praying that the sanctions will not be much. Hello,
my brother. Good evening.
Hi, good evening to you.
My name is Ndubisi.
Ndubisi, where you calling us from? All right, from Ijaniki. Go ahead,
from Ijaniki, yes.
Go ahead.
Yes, like what the last caller said, yes. What Senegal did is not good. I'm happy that they win the cup. What they did is not good. It's not good. Walking out of the field. Why are you walking out of the field and coming inside the back to start ball? They're supposed to even ban them. Once they walk out of the field, they're not supposed to enter the field again. No, they disgrace Africa. No, they disgrace Africa. It's not good.
All
yes,
right.
the FA have taken a decision. They're supposed to continue the game. End of the day, CAF will take the they will punish the referee. You understand?
Okay.
But leaving the field, I'm not in support of that. It's not good.
All right. Thank you very much, Azu. What are the punishments you feel we justified meted out against the Senegalese national team?
It's so hard to pick
A punishment.
Are you going to suspend them from playing the game they're supposed to play? It has to be financial. The coach might be suspended. Okay, third line ban for a couple of games. I think that has been done already.
Okay.
We saw that news going around.
Pape Chow.
Pape Chow. And he's also coming out with explanations on why he told the players to walk off. Even the man who scored the goal, Gay,
said that was he regretted. Yeah.
As much as he regretted, I said something last week, which I'm saying again. The caller just said something. He's happy they won the trophy. He wouldn't have been happy if they didn't win the trophy, and the only way they would have won the trophy was to take a stand. Yeah, maybe now walking off the pitch might have been extreme, but maybe they felt that was the only thing they could do at the time. And this was because of antecedents. This wasn't the first time it was happening at the AFCON. So they had to take something to make something happen. I remember David saying some Yoruba proverb with a laughing wall with it. You know, they had to just go crazy. But maybe they went they went extreme. But the point is, if they didn't take a stand, we won't be talking about Senegal winning it. It would have been the second trophy for Morocco, or the first trophy for them for the first time in 50 years. Would have been celebrated, because penalty go easy to score that kind of thing. The goalkeeper wouldn't even be fired up to save that, and it was a 1 over 100 chance of saving a penalty.
Yeah.
So the point is, they have to take a stand. They would see at this point, you don't care about what you are fined. So long they cannot tell you not to play the World Cup. It's not in the rules. It's what's in the rules that they will work with, and that's the punishment they will face. Find them.
All right.
Give some stringent rules as far as that is concerned. But there's nothing you can do. They've won the trophy, so let them enjoy what they deserve, because they actually deserve to win that trophy.
All right, they actually deserved to win that trophy, ladies and gentlemen, fans. You already know. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Pep Guardiola has been speaking, by the way. But before I go to him, let me just quickly tell you about something that you should know, something that you should be aware of, and that is, of course, coming from a very special person. Well, maybe a special brand, you should say. And yes, indeed, it's all about making things happen. A season of giving, that's where we are in. And yes, the season of giving. That's what we are doing right here with this one. And it's all about Mommy Gift. Mommy Gift. Well, what's Mommy Gift? And why are we talking about it? Well, I can tell you that Mommy Gift is all about making sure that as human beings, we tend to just give. They say there is more happiness in giving. It's in the Bible. I'm not the one that said it. Say there is more happiness in giving than there is in receiving. So you need to give. And in this season of giving, ladies and gentlemen, Cool FM, Wazobia, Nigeria Info, Kids FM, and Mommy B Gifts want you to join us in giving. Give your old books, your old school bags, your old shoes. You can also give new ones too, but the ones that you know are in very good condition, but maybe your son or your daughter, it no longer fits them, and you know somebody who has a son or daughter in that age range. Maybe you bought the shoe for your son or for your daughter when he was 4, or when she was 4 or 5, and then they're now 6 or 7 and the shoe no longer fits, but it's still good. You could give somebody out there, or buy a new one and give. All you have to do is bring them to our office. Yes, 267A Timian Crescent this holiday season. Yes, talking about in Victoria Island. And in the new year, we'll deliver to the less privileged. It's the Mommy Gift Initiative, supported by Cool, Wazobia Info, and Kids FM. Start donating your gifts today. For more information, call the number 080 999 20254. Again, 080 999, that's 999 20254. One more time, for more information of this lovely initiative from Cool FM, Wazobia FM, Nigeria FM, Nigeria Info FM, I should say, Kids FM, and Mommy B Gifts, call 080 999 20254. 5-4. Well, I did tell you of live football going down by, of course, 9 p.m. and it's all about Everton taking on Leeds United. David Additional has got that one covered for us in terms of the lineup, and so he will be telling us who are featuring for Everton and for Leeds United respectively, before we give some lovely results as far as the Australian Open is concerned. The first Grand Slam of the year, and Madison Keys, she didn't have the right keys to defeat Jessica Pegula, who knocked her out. I would definitely let you in on that. But David, Everton, Leeds United, how have both sides lined out?
Well, the big game today involving Everton and Leeds United. Everton obviously occupying the 11th spot on the Premier League standings, and Leeds United just 4 points away, rather 4 positions away from the basement side in Wolverhampton Wanderers. They sit 16th on the Premier League standings. For the ex-side today, put out first of all by the home side in David Everton, they are tutored by David Moyes, has gone with a 4-2-3-1 formation. Jordan Pickford starts in goal, a back four of Patterson, Tarkowski, O'Brien, and Nikolenko functioning from the left hand side of defense. For the man Idris Ganagaya is the Evertonian who won the Africa Cup of Nations with Senegal about a few days ago. He partners James Garner at the deep midfield pivot position. For Mark Neil, Armstrong and Ndiaye, another winner of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. They are behind the lone man up front at the tip of the arrow for the Everton side in Tieno Barry. For the opposition today in Leeds United, they've also gone with a the goalkeeper not included, so a 3-5-1 formation. Today they are tutored by Danny Ofake. Is one manager who is in the German, and the east side I've got Strojik, Rodona and Bonauer right there in the 3-man defense. A midfielder 5 just behind Aronson up front, and Calvert-Lewin, Justin Gruev, Ampado, Stach and Bogo functioning as the wing back, and also Justin Planer as well as the wing back for the Leeds United side today. 3-5-1-1 formation for Leeds United, 4-2-3-1 for Everton, the home side.
All right, thank you very, very much for that one right here. 99.3 Nigeria in farewell. Jessica Pegula defeated Madison Keys, and she definitely was able to make things happen right there. Yes, indeed. I can tell you that it was a very, very interesting fixture. One that saw, of course, the lady talking about Pegula when of course, Carlos Alcaraz also defeated Tommy Paul. But let's hear from Madison Keys after she lost that wonderful game. Talking about the 4th round fixture against Jessica Pegula. Madison Keys, baby girl, talk to us.
Obviously, not the way that I wanted things to end here, but still really proud of myself. I think coming back, being defending champion, dealing with all of the kind of extra pressure and nerves, I'm really proud of myself for how I handled it, and just one of those days where I feel like Jess beat me and I can kind of walk away with my head held high.
All right, walking away with your head held high, of course, quite almost going cherry right there. Talking about Madison Keys, defending champion of the Australian Open. She was knocked out. How about her conqueror? Yes, talking about Jessica Pegula. Well, let's hear from her this wonderful moment in time after that wonderful, lovely 4th round win.
Happy with the way I was able to serve, I think, on some really big key points, execute my strategy. I've been seeing hitting, moving, I feel like, very well this whole tournament, and to be able to keep that up against such a great player as Maddie and defending champion was it going to be a lot tougher of a task today, but I think I was still able to do that really well.
All right. Doing that really well, Jessica Pegula. The Americans making it happen. How about Novak, the joke maker, Djokovic? Well, of course, you already know he is through to the quarterfinals of the Australian Open. But let's first hear from the man talking about Yannick Sinner. They say everyone is a sinner including Yannick, and he was able to make things happen quite well right here as far as the Australian Open is concerned. And so Yannick Sinner was able to beat that daddy 6-1, 6-3, 7-6, no time at all, and he is through to the quarterfinals of the Aussie Open. Yannick Sinner, let's hear you.
A really solid performance. I served very well, and playing against Luciano was the first time in official match, so I was looking forward to, and things got very tight in the end, but I'm very happy how I handled them today.
All right, very happy how you handled them. You handled it like a boss. Well, Carlos Alcaraz defeated Tommy Paul also in straight sets. World number one, Carlos Alcaraz. That guy is flying at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. But how did he feel after making it happen? Well, let's hear from him this moment in time right here on Game On. And I'll ask the guys who they are tipping to win this year's Aussie Open. Carlos Alcaraz, Yannick Sinner, right to the quarterfinal now. Carlos, how did they feel winning that particular fixture?
In a Grand Slam, it's always great winning straight sets, saving energy for the next rounds, and I think it's even better for yourself, for the mind to have a win, such a great win against Tommy Paul in straight sets. So it gives you a lot of confidence. Coming to the quarterfinals, so I'm just really happy with the level that I played today, and I'm excited to see how it's going to be in quarters.
All right, excited to see how it will be in the quarterfinals. Let me just quickly give you the pairing so you get to know what is going down. Well, of course, Zverev will take on Tien of the United States. Carlos Alcaraz will battle De Minaur of Australia. Yes, indeed, talking about his opponent in the quarterfinals. Well, for Sabalenka, she will battle Jovic, while Coco Gauff will take on Elena Svitolina. And then, of course, next tomorrow, Wednesday, Musetti will battle Djokovic. Shelton will battle Yannick Sinner, while of course Pegula will take on Anisimova, and Rybakina will battle Iga Swiatek. Yes, Iga Swiatek was also able to win her game, ladies and gentlemen. That lady is ranked number 2 as far as the WTA is concerned, and she was able to defeat her opponent Inglis by, of course, 2 straight sets, 6-love, 6-3, and she surely is making things happen right there. But guys, who wins the Australian Open for you, for the men and for the women? I'll start with you, David, and then of course Pam.
I think it's very much going to be between Yannick Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz. That's one man of the loins, so maybe not necessarily of the loins of the great. I feel is the greatest. I feel is the greatest.
Rafael Nadal.
Yeah, Rafael Nadal, my favorite tennis player.
Both of them are from Spain.
Yeah, and he's off for the academy of the man Rafael Nadal right there in Madrid. But in terms of quality, Carlos Alcaraz was tweeted, and the last time they got to the final against Yannick Sinner.
No, okay, so Yannick Sinner beat him in Wimbledon, but he beat Yannick Sinner at the US Open.
And this is the Australian Open.
Australian Open, yes. Sinner won the Australian Open,
yeah,
but not against Alcaraz. No.
Possibly there's Zverev.
I think so, yeah.
But I think Sinner will go on again to claim this crown, but will receive much trouble from Carlos Alcaraz. And that's where I feel
So both men will get to the final. What about Novak Djokovic? Does he stand any chance of getting past Margaret Court? Both of them are tied as far as the same number of Grand Slams have won, but do you think he will get one better now? Those boys, this new generation boys, will they use him Anton Gary?
I feel he's not currently at his prime. Away from that, we all know he's past his prime, but in terms of experience, he's one man who's got him in abundance, and the quality is still there, even though his legs are not necessarily his legs now, even though there's other factors that you might consider. I don't think he can stand there for hours compared to the younger guys in Carlos Alcaraz and even Zverev themselves, and also the other man, Yannick Sinner himself. I feel he can get to the semi-final or the quarterfinal.
If only he wasn't stubborn that year during the pandemic.
Yeah, he
taking
might have
vaccine.
exactly.
Who
Might
knows? He might have
have won major titles that would have gotten him away from the sport right now. But I know he's gone in for the big crown, and that will make
Is
it.
that what Azu?
They got that from Ronaldo.
And I know he's gone in for the big crown, and that's the more reason why he's still staying around. He should have retired. He's 39, 40 these days, and he's pretty much the oldest when it comes to
age mates with Andy Murray.
Exactly.
Andy Murray has long retired.
and he coached him a few months back. But for the women's side of things, might just be handing it over to Madison Keys.
No, Madison Keys has been knocked out. Yeah.
Really?
Pegula knocked her out. Jessica Pegula. But you still have Iga Swiatek also.
Swiatek and Coco Gauff should.
Coco Gauff, Coco Gauff is still not forgetting number one, Arina Sabalenka.
I would just like to stick with Coco Gauff, even though you might just feel that as got to do with Lenins as one tennis lady I I pretty much like the most.
Coco Gauff, all right,
yeah, and maybe the one heir apparent to the throne of Serena Williams in terms of the black tennis stars for the women. I would just like to give it to Coco Gauff, but I feel major challenger for the crown will be Sabalenka.
All right, there was a point in time Sloane Stephens was high up there talking about taking after the legendary Serena Williams. But pam.
Okay,
what are you going for the men and for the ladies?
Okay, I'm quite sad that Madison Keys is out.
Yeah.
You know, as defending champion,
But she said
hoping
she
to go out
walks
like
out with her
this.
head held high.
But that
Despite
she's
the
almost
loss.
crying.
Yeah.
You know, you just have to say all of that in front of the camera and all that. So I go for Sabalenka. We saw her in the finals last edition, and being world number one is one thing. I'm sure she wants to keep being that for as long as she can.
Yeah.
And we've seen her in this next stage. She's doing so well.
She's through to the quarterfinal.
Yes, and second. The second, I would say, Igor Swiatek. Swiatek.
Yeah.
Please let them
I used to
forgive
call
me.
it Swiatek, but it's
Swiatek.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you are rooting for her.
Yeah, actually,
Okay.
we've seen her. She's also a strong contender.
But
you know,
if
being world
Sabalenka
number
and
two
Swiatek
also,
were to be in the final, who will you root for?
that's world number one versus world number two.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
World number
I
one
think
surely
both of them
come.
will be in the
Yeah, but then again, that's why, you know, sport is sports. You might be world number one, just the way Madison Keys won against Sabalenka last edition. It might happen again, but then again,
And that's
from
the way
seeing
she was
them play-
beaten too in this edition.
Yes, exactly. So that's why sports is sport, like I said.
Yeah.
So Sabalenka for the win. I've seen her. The defeat from last season was, you know, even when she came on Twitter and she, you know, tweeted all
X.
of that. Yes, on X rather. I'm
Yeah.
still trying to get used to X.
I know.
So
I'm trying to get over your ex. But anyway, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
What about for the men?
Yeah, for the men, of course, you know, Senna and Alcaraz. So very, very, very strong contenders. We have Djokovic also, and then Alexander, although he's still he's still having issues, you know, with his diabetes and all, so he has not been as strong as we know him to be. Also finishing runner-up last season. You know, and he's still in the game. So those are four strong people. I can't really say for now. We saw how last season went. So this one is quite unpredictable, but I'm sure Senna wants to continue and then retain his
The title.
His title.
He wants to defend the title.
Yes,
he won
defend and
last year.
retain it. Yes, exactly.
All
so
right.
it's quite tight for the men.
Welcome. What are you going for?
Is that my name?
No, Azuna. You welcome now.
Don't rule out the 10-time Grand Slam winner for Australian Open, Novak Djokovic. It might not be there as you expect him to be, but if you just put all the energy, say this tournament might die here. But it's so interesting seeing what Alcaraz is doing. 6 Grand Slams already at just 22. You don't have that with too many players. 4 already for Yannick Sinner, who is 24. This guy's always battled it. But there's something about Alcaraz. He comes in with that confidence and that mindset. But this is hard court. And that's one thing I've noticed about these games. Nadal won almost all his Grand Slams, over about 11 or so on clay. So
I
you
think
must
12.
understand. You must understand. I think that's what Alcaraz has been able to do. He's been able to play on every court and
try to show that dominance.
Show that dominance on those courts, and he did it wonderfully last season. So it's going to be a tough one. Djokovic an outside chance, but I think it's still more of an Alcaraz for the victory for the men. For the women,
all right,
really, really tough. But Sentimentally, I give it to Golf. But Sabalenka, if you want to defeat Sabalenka rather, frustrate her at the early stages of the game. If she doesn't pick back up, I think that's what Golf did last season to win one of the Grand Slams. She won. It was in the US. Was it Wimbledon?
Yeah, US Open.
Yes, so just frustrate her. She has that Ronaldo spirit. Once you frustrate them, she starts mixing things up.
All right.
If Golf can get herself right, I think she's in for some bigger Grand Slam titles.
All right, let's talk about the MPFL, but not before we talk about Pep Guardiola. And the man is really livid. Why is he livid? Well, of course, he feels that referees have really been unfair to Manchester City. Interesting. Well, I'll just give you the writer and then, of course, play the man's voice so you get to know just what he is talking about. What's he talking about? Well, let me just quickly go here and tell you about Pep Guardiola. Now, Pep Guardiola's side won by 2-0. That's no news. But what is news right now is that he launched into a stinging attack on referees following Man City's 2-0 win over Wolves and suggested that he needs all of his best players fit and available to negate the impact of poor decisions from officials. Guardiola was left incensed after referee Farai Halam, who was making his Premier League debut, rejected the advice of VAR there in England and decided against awarding City a first half penalty. Man City truly victims of bad officiating. Let's hear from the man himself, Pep Guardiola, this lovely evening.
And VAR, you seem very frustrated.
Why you ask me that? Well, yesterday I thought these 2 seasons I had the feeling that why you don't have the players. That is only a regret I have. I would love to have the players to fight against that. So it's the only thing. They were the spite of them. So we did it that the 9 years, 6 Premier Leagues that they have done. So it's why don't have the players. The referee make his debut. Now everybody will know him. It's the first time I think he will go to the TV and is allowed normally positioning the arms. And I'm pretty sure Howard Webb tomorrow is going to appear in the media to explanation why it's not penalty, what they have done against United. Like it's the first time have done it because the situation was a little bit doubts, right? That's why Jeremy could not play in Norway for the action from Dalot. So, but it's okay. So, I'm waiting tomorrow. Don't wait on Wednesday, have Champions League, we are busy. Howard Webb come tomorrow and explain why it's not penalty.
All right, then. Howard Webb, of course, is the chief of referees right in England. And Pep Guardiola say, why do you have to ask me? But he feels that should have been given as a penalty. Anyways, like I told you, we're streaming on Facebook, Nigeria Info FM. And Azu is on top of it, taking the messages that have been coming in. Azu, what are the fans saying on Facebook?
Okay. Obonye Lopita says, good evening, Overdose, David, additional Pam Pam, and myself on the channel, ONICHA. Streaming you guys live from Facebook or via Facebook, aka Peter Bonds.
Peter Bonds,
okay. Make-up and FIFA leave Senegal. Also, Morocco should be sanctioned likewise for disrepute they have to the tournament.
Okay.
I'm watching you live from Anyonwale Street, Ijokoro, Ijaye, Lagos. That's 628. Thanks for also reaching out. Sweet analysis again tonight from King Adams at Yodeji. Who else do we have here? I think those are the guys who have actually sent in their.
Okay. Alrighty, let's go to the phone lines right now. 0201-277-0993, 0201-465-7190. Our Man City, victims of poor officiating, says he has to have his players fit before they can fight poor officiating. Hello.
Good evening, Diesel.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, you refused for me to greet Pamela the other time. We still greet her. Pampa, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. How are you doing? Thank you.
Diesel just tried to cause some little bit.
Go on.
Good evening, bros. David,
Welcome.
Good evening.
99.3 Nigeria info, of course. You already know. You don't waste time. Time is of the essence. Hello, good evening.
Mr. Dizzy.
Hi, how are you?
Mr. Dizzy.
How are you?
Mr. Dave, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Mr. Emma, good evening.
Imake.
Azu, by the way.
Azubike on the chat.
Welcome. Good evening.
Yeah, I'm not forgetting the beautiful lady there, Miss Pam Pam.
Good evening.
The only lady that knows how to give the man trouble.
Yes, so.
I bet my people about to go pursue me, come out.
That's street lecture I be.
Okay, please go ahead. Okay.
So for me, I don't know why Pep Guardiola always being pure with all this referee in England. He's the only coach that knows how to complain about this referee. Why? What is his own problem, sir? Okay, if he's like that, he should be giving the player how much is to wear and enter pitch now. Since they want protection, even they protect the player. He should be giving them how much is to wear and enter pitch. So they'll be protecting the players. This every time he was every day he will complain. If you not complain about the referee, you complain about the VAR. So anything they want to do for next, they do. But for Senegal, I beg, make the league those people alone. No concept get their own for body. All the autism where they give other countries, why they not sanction them too? They're supposed to put them for that work for me, as they pay for body. So that's for me. Man City, don't worry, they will lose their next match on Wednesday. Then Guardiola will come complain again. He will still come and complain again. They will lose their next match. He will come and complain.
All right then. All right, thank you very, very much. You're definitely appreciated. Well, let me go to WhatsApp right now. Thank you very much, Azu. All right, let me go to WhatsApp. This one says, good evening, everyone in the studio. I'm a Man City fan, and I think the referees have actually been officiating against Man City wrongly now in 3 consecutive matches. Disallowed goal, Newcastle Carabao Cup. A red card, shout out to Dallo against Man United in the EPL. And now penalty against Wolves. Khalid from Surulere. All right, thank you very much for that one. Good evening. How Zinab didn't call yesterday when Arsenal was beaten. Good evening, Femi and the gang. I'm Fakil from K2. I tip Novak Djokovic and Coco Gauff for the titles respectively. Djokovic for the men, Gauff for the ladies. Good evening, Overdose. I love what Senegal did. In fact, Nigeria should have done same. Fidel from Ikotu. Interesting. And Nigeria would have been sanctioned as well if they had done what Senegal did. Evidence from Lugbe says, what will surprise you the most this season in EPL? Man U winning the Premier League? It's not impossible. Are you joking? I don't know if you are. Maybe David will agree to that one. Man United winning the EPL. Is this still possible? I don't think so.
Mathematically, yes.
You say what?
Mathematically,
have
yes.
Have you seen the points differential between Man U and Arsenal?
And have you seen the amount of games remaining in the Premier League?
So
Mas is telling you
Manchester United will win all of them, and Arsenal will not.
Like I said, mathematically, yes.
Let's talk realistically, not mathematically.
Realistically, you also have to factor in the maths inside.
Yeah,
exactly.
Anyways,
maths is reality.
Okay. This one says Saturday all home teams won their games except Burnley that drew against Tottenham. So I came to the conclusion that on Sunday all away teams will win their games, which made me stake 5k. That was meant for my handout on the 4 games. As a Chelsea fan, I concluded that if Emerson could do with Strasbourg winning 2-1 against the same Crystal Palace in the Conference League, then why wouldn't he do it again? Much better team in Chelsea, the current world champions. Did every away game win yesterday?
Yes.
Every single.
Crystal Palace won, Forest won,
I know
Manchester United won.
And
Crystal Palace won at how now?
Aston Villa.
Rather,
Chelsea
won.
Chelsea won. Man U won. Aston Villa won. Nottingham Forest won.
Yes.
Wow. All away teams won.
Yeah, it was an away day.
Says good evening overdose, additional Pam Pam and Azubi K. All right, we're getting into paying the bills, but this one is relatively short, I must say. Pamela, your analysis is giving me joy about Esteval, but not about Lamine Yamal. I don't like it. Dave, thank you very much for that one. Okay, 99.3 Nigerian. Let's take some more calls before we talk transfers and the MPFL. Hello, who's there?
Yeah, Dizo, good evening. Guardiola did not lie.
Okay.
Because if you look at that penalty, you discover that the guy, he
display a little bit of intelligence in stopping that ball. That guy, because if you look at it the other way around, you discover how the guy composes hand and use it to prevent it for the ball not to move. So that this guy, this Algeria, what is his name? Mamouche, not to get to it. So the guy he played some intelligence there to stop that. So Guardiola did not lie. Every coach will complain. But why? He's looking for success now.
All right.
Will look for success.
Definitely.
So those, not the jealous if I did talk to Pam.
No. It's not me being jealous. You're taking too much time greeting everybody. That's why when you went straight to the point now, I didn't cut you off. I didn't cut you because you went straight to the point. You greet Pamela, greet Azu, greet David, greet Dizu, greet everybody. Kilo share.
I will greet your daddy. Your daddy did there for greet
Wahala. All right then, thank you very much. Blessed. Right here, 99.3 Nigeria for more calls taken. And let's take more. Hello.
Good evening, Overdose.
Hi, good evening to you.
Yeah, Peter Bonds,
Peter Bonds, welcome.
Pam, good evening. Yeah,
good evening.
Can I speak on Carrick?
Yes, please, go ahead.
If you remember in his first, how do I put it? I won't say first, in his first interim session, I wouldn't know when he took over from Babyface or Ligona Solskjaer. He left, you understand, then he came in. I wouldn't know upon what time he left. And now, if you look at the way he's steadying the ship, look at the way he's steadying the ship. I won't want to rush him that he should step into the managerial position. And again, the way I'm seeing Cardiff from his body language, he won't want to stay for long. So he's just kind of guiding the ship. So I think it's how do I put it, Mr. Fix It that comes to fix it and go. That's the way I look at him. But however, if he wishes to stay on and maintain, let us see what comes out from the subsequent matches he plays to determine his full adoption. Good evening. Have a nice evening.
All right, you have a wonderful evening as well. Right here, 99.3 Nigeria for still taking more calls this great Monday on Game On. Yes, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's go to another call. Hello.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening, everyone there.
Good evening to you. Welcome.
This is Mohammed.
Mohammed, welcome. Talk to us.
So about the tennis, I believe Carlos Alcaraz, because I'm a big Carlos Alcaraz fan.
You're a big Carlos Alcaraz fan?
Yes. Carlos Alcaraz or Alexander Zverev.
Okay. What about the ladies?
I'm rooting for Iga Swiatek. I'm a big fan of Iga Swiatek.
Oh, you're a big fan. How long have you been following her?
2021.
2021, all right. Do you think that match referees are also, unfair to Manchester City?
Yeah, they are 50-50.
50-50. All right. I like that.
Because if me, I'm the coach, if the referee left against me, I'll defend my team. And if the referee is correct, I'll defend my team.
But can I ask you a very personal question, Mohammed?
Yes.
Lamine Yamal or Esteval? Who is a better player?
I'll say Esteval.
Esteval over Lamine Yamal?
What?
Why?
Mohammed, what?
I'll choose Lamine Yamal.
Because you don't hear Pamela say what? Pamela has influenced your decision. She don't threaten you, say what? She say Lamine Yamal. Mohammed, you found my hand. But anyways, thank you very much, Mohammed. Right here, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Hello.
Hello, good evening, everybody in the house.
Good evening.
Yeah, this is Friday from Igbeleri.
Friday, welcome.
This is a quickly Nova for the men, then Coco Girl for the women.
Coco for the women, all right.
Talking about Man City, Diesel, can you beat a child and expect that child not to cry?
No.
Man City have been rough. See, even when they were winning the league, they were always rough. But because they always outshine other, they were winning, they overwin other. That is why it was not it was not that obvious then. Man City were always robbed in the Premiership. I don't know if the English FA they have something against Guardiola. And anytime the man come out, if he talk, it's a problem. See, they can't do this to Mourinho. When Mourinho was there, they did not do all these things, Gizo. It's like they like this English FA. They don't want success. That is the way I see it. If you see every club that is bringing a Champions League to England, except a session for where Ferguson was the coach of Man U, because they dare not talk that man. When that Baba statue is gone, everybody will be scared of it. Look at the time of Chelsea. Look at what they did to Chelsea. How they chased that Baba away. See, then Chelsea has not got it themselves. Look at what they did to Liverpool. Look at if you see
talking about Liverpool, do you think this is the worst title defense ever? After spending close to 500 million, they were beaten by Bournemouth over the weekend.
Everybody spend money to win title. It's not only Liverpool that have been spending money. This will go and check in the past 5 years who has been the biggest spender in a Premiership. Liverpool is not even in number 3. In the past 5 seasons, even Arsenal they have spent more money than Liverpool. We only spend money this year. Look at our past 2-3 seasons. How much did we spend? We have been saving our money to buy our own mansion this year. But it's quite unfortunate that the mansion we bought is not working yet. But it will work. I'm surprised when people say that Liverpool spent over 500. What of the season Chelsea spent over £1 billion? What of Man United? Has Man United not been spending? Let your colleague there, let them do the calculation now and come out with it. In the past 5 seasons, who has spent more in Premiership? Liverpool is not in number 3. So if we are spending, maybe we are spending for next season. But this season, what we want now is to make it to the Champions League. Okay. But when we come back fully next season, when we come back next season, just take this from me. You know Liverpool now, we don't go 5-4-5. We don't celebrate winning the league. Say we are champion. Look at some call yesterday. He was celebrating equalizer against Man United at home. He was still celebrating when he saw the goal in his net.
All right, then, thank you very much. Friday, right here, 99.3 Nigerian Phone. Quickly, let's talk about the MPFL. And matches went down yesterday. Before that, of course, on Saturday, it was Rivers United playing a goalless draw against Power Dynamos. Well, no power and no win for that one. Well, elsewhere, Victor Osimhen scored his 50th goal in Galatasaray colours as they claimed a 3-1 win over Karagümrük, strengthening their grip at the top of the Turkish Super League. The Super Eagles striker, back from representing the Eagles at the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations, netted Galatasaray's third goal in the second half to continue his impressive record and form, and of course to pen down his 50th goal for the club since first representing them in the summer of 2024. He scored 37 goals in 41 appearances for the Turkish Super League champions last season, and he has now added 13 in 18 games this season. Pam, is Victor Osimhen the best Nigerian striker in the world currently?
Is that even a question? Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Best Nigerian striker
in the
best
you should be saying of all time.
Of all time. Best Nigerian striker of all time.
Okay.
Yes.
Of all time. Well, you know what I'm agency, so it's what I've actually seen or what I'm saying. So I would say yes, exactly. So I would say yes.
All right. Meanwhile, Enugu Rangers, as I go to the Premier League now, talking about the Nigerian Premier Football League. Even as the game is going down, David is signaling me. Looks like a goal has been scored, David. Everton?
Yes, Leeds United have found the opener in that Fisher. James Justin, the former Leicester City and Luton Town player, with the opener for Leeds United, and they are currently 16th on the Premier League standings and also leading at the Duncanson Stadium right there in Merseyside.
All right, so Leeds are leading. Everton right now by 1-0. Well, let's talk about the MPFL. Enugu Rangers delivered a commanding performance on Sunday, yesterday, to secure a 4-2 home victory over Warri Wolves in match day 22 of the 2025-2026 MPFL season, while Nasarawa United produced a stunning turnaround to hand Abia Warriors their first home defeat of the season. The results have had significant implications for the league standings and the race for continental qualification. At the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium, Rangers set the tone early against Warriors. Godwin Obaje netting a brace inside the first 12 minutes. Well, I can tell you that Warriors pulled one back in a 56-minute through Israel Oladeji, half in the deficit, but Rangers' dominance remained evident, and midfielder Chimobi Iguilo restored a 2-goal lead with a precise strike right there in that particular one. The win elevated Rangers into the top 4 on 36 points, overtaking Ikorodu City. Meanwhile, at the Umuahia Township Stadium, Abia Warriors, their title ambitions suffered a severe setback as they were beaten 2-1 by Nasarawa United. Chukwuemeka Obioma's 42nd minute opener for Abia appeared to put the hosts in control, but the solid miners responded immediately after the break. Habibu Alakija leveled the score in the 47th minute, and Joe Frank Estefanos, his 55th minute strike, completed the turnaround. The defeat marked Abia's first home loss of the season, leaving only Rangers, Ikorodu City, and El Kanemi Warriors unbeaten at home. Well, you could say, Aimba, they were beaten, but Shooting Stars secured a 1-0 victory over Bendel Insurance in Ibadan. Kamau Adegoke, 71st minute on the dot, his strike ending the Oluyole Warriors rivals' 9-game unbeaten run. The win also strengthened 3SC's push for continental qualification, placing them 6th on 35 points. Well, I can tell you that Tornadoes defeated Aimba by 2-0, while of course Barao and Bayelsa played a 1-1 draw. Wiki Torres claimed a 2-0 win over Canopilas through strikes from Tahir Babaka and Klishak long back. At the bottom of the table, Remo Stars definitely, well, you could say they definitely look to win today.
They actually played a 1-0 draw.
Yes, 1-1 in that particular game against Kun Khalifa. Guys, let's look at the MPFL. I mean, the results, which of the results surprised you?
Maybe not surprising, or maybe not worthy. And that's a result right there at the Lagos Salami Stadium. Insurance are losing their 9-game unbeaten run. Kamau Adegoke scoring in that game. The subsequent fixture right there in Benin, I did cover that game. I mentioned that that game ended 1-1. Yes,
1-1.
If I do remember rightly now, I obviously witnessed a really great goals for Insurance, even though that particular time in the season they weren't in the best of form. That is, but that game, Kennedy Boboyi losing his second game now since he became manager of Bendel Insurance, and well, maybe not the best for the side. Were at some point in time sitting 19th when he took over, now sitting at least in the top 10. Familiar position for fans of Insurance in recent seasons since they got back to the top flight. Away from that game, one game that I think is pretty much telling us that if you don't play in front of your fans, maybe things might become more sinister or maybe harder for one side this season. That's for Remo Stars against Kun Khalifa, the reigning champions of the top flight.
They won the reverse fixture.
Yeah,
they were supposed to complete the league double, but they fell short.
It's obviously not their familiar ground. It's at one playing surface where it's not the best.
Yeah, but they brought it
upon
on themselves. They were being moved to the Lagos Salami Stadium. They no longer will be playing in Ikenne due to crowd trouble. Yes, their game
against Ikorodu City.
Yeah, Ikorodu City.
Of course, I also feel their playing surface now is one which is maybe more agricultural now and even more not for football. It's now a potato farm. I'm trying to obviously go hard and also not go as hard as I would love to go, because the pitch is not the best for playing football. Now that's at the Lagos Salami Stadium, one tough which was praised a few seasons ago, especially after the job done by the governor himself. I don't want to mention his name. For Remo Stars, I hope for their fans, the reigning champions do not relegate. And that question he did pose to Liverpool fans and also to us right in the studio: is this the worst title defense in the NPFL? This might just be the worst title defense we're seeing from a side in the top flight. So those two games caught my fancy alongside the one at the Cathedral.
Ogumede, is he on his way out of Remo Stars?
Well, the official position now is that he's still the manager of the side. He's only thanking the owner himself in Kunle that he gave him the chance, first of all, to go and be with the national team. And Fidelis Illich can also say same of the man currently handling, I can't remember his name now, but it starts with A. Handling the reverse Enugu Rangers side. That's administratively. Amobi Ezeaku. Yeah, he can also say same of him as well, even though he's just an administrative head, not necessarily.
Are you talking about the coach of Rangers?
I'm mirroring it with Remo Stars. He's also one man who was allowed.
He's actually the sporting director, the general manager of the side.
Yes, so he's the one.
Fidelis Illich is the coach we're talking about. Okay?
Yeah,
so
and
don't mix things up.
Yeah, I'm not mixing. I'm actually saying he is also one manager who was given time to go and be with the national team. Yeah.
That's
likewise, yes, likewise the Remo Stars boss himself. Yeah, in Daniel Ogumode. So he's basically thanking the owner himself in Kunle Shonome, and I feel. Well, by fortunes, by form, Camille was the one handling the side. Mohamed Camille was the one handling the side in his absence. He didn't do quite well, even though in previous seasons, when Daniel Ogumode is not around, he always does well. And he has done, at some point, even when they won the league title, he took care of about 3 or 4 games, and he did okay to a certain extent. And many felt maybe if
could it be the selling culture, Remo starts selling their players, and also their players leaving for Europe. Sadiq, I remember.
But you know, these guys have given a lot to the club in terms of years. And I'm speaking, I know obviously the man who was the young team coach of about the under 15 or 17 thereabout, these guys who are from the cadet level upward. So they give about 10 years at least for some players in that team to the team. Even the captain himself, Atuku, who left a few seasons
Junior
ago.
was actually the first.
As well.
We'll talk about Ahmed
even
Akinyele
Sadiq. Ahmed Akinyele is still the young star and is still present with the side even till today. But a large portion of the, like you mentioned, have left the team. And they gave a lot to the club. The more reason why the club should also and would also allow them to leave when they want.
That's it. Your surprise results.
It has to be Nasarawa United going away to Abia Warriors.
Handing them their first loss.
I see them on second position, and I'm like, these were the guys that were almost going on relegation last season. It was the goals from Anas Yusuf that helped them to that height. And he didn't play in that game yesterday. Was it? Yeah, it was yesterday. Yeah. And he still held strong. That's one beautiful stuff that Umboas Magnus has been able to do with that side. Taking up the team and showing consistency with them. They're just behind Rivers United. Rivers United, they have one game.
And I'm happy with what he has done. Remember, Plateau United just let him go for reasons not best known to me.
See, football sometimes might not favor you. And those who value, who have been watching and praying that they just make a mistake. And overnight they do that mistake, and that's what Plateau United did. And they just picked him up right there, and he's doing a great job with the side. I love him the way he handles the team, and I don't know.
The football is always appealing.
Appealing, that's number one. Then number two, I don't know him personally, like I said, but there's this calmness he brings. You see him when he's supposed to be aggressive, but not one who comes with that anger. Always very friendly with the press anytime you go on to meet him. So Umbos Magnus is doing a great job right there. Abia Warriors were a fantastic side. Remo Stars, I don't think is about what just happened right now with the band too. They've actually been poor this season. Before they left Ikene, it was looking a bit good. They went on to play Mamelodi Sundowns in the CAF Champions League. It was a whitewash, 5-0, and so that was the first leg we witnessed right here. And I think that move to Abeokuta really opened everything up. When you play in front of your fans and play in that stadium you're used to. See, I played football. I even play monkey post. There are pitches you play, you are so good at.
And it's not even as big. It's just like Highbury for us now and the Emirates.
The same 4-a-side you play here, you go to some other place and play 4-a-side. These people you beat 5-0, they go knock you for their house. I think that's what happened to what happened to Remo Stars. But you mentioned one of the key points. It's not been steady right there. The coach, very versatile. But I think after winning that league, they didn't know how to continue. Maybe it's just a way for teams who won the league, like Liverpool, not to continue well this time around. But Barcelona are not doing badly. That's just by the way. But I tell you, it's been beautiful football in the Nigerian Premier Football League. I love the fact that there is competition. And I love the fact that we're seeing some weeks you just see a way.
But again, one thing I want to address is the maintenance culture. Like he said, the Lagos Salami Stadium, beg your pardon, not really nice. And you look at not just that, but you can count the number of.
I can also say the
league
Samuel Bemudia
venues
Stadium is also not
that
good.
are high standard. Look at what Morocco give us. Those same stadiums that we saw the AFCON still host league matches in Morocco.
Yeah.
But in Nigeria, we can't even get close to that standard. Why is it like that?
I think they've got a good sporting director. I think Toby Samuel. That's a guy who surely will be looking at what they would do. He's always up there when you talk about things like this. I've known him for a long time, from being a journalist to being one of the top photographers we have in Nigeria, and being a sporting director with Ikorodu City before moving on to Shooting Stars. So we've seen some managerial moves taking place, and you know that these guys are learned, the Lekon Salami family. You would most likely see something change in the next couple of months. I think so.
But I'm not even talking about Shooting Stars. I'm talking generally. Yes, in the NPFL.
So the biggest challenge has been the fact that we don't do this thing as a business. We use it as a promotion. You just mentioned that the governor did it. Where's the maintenance culture? We've done it and we're happy. Go check what is happening in Abeokuta already. I visit Abeokuta almost every now and then because one thing or the other will take me down there. I had to go run commentaries and stuff, and I see how bad it's already going. So
Yes.
Even from the start, the racing track.
For one stadium that was very beautiful when it was built.
So, see, talk about the beauty. I'm not going to talk too much. These guys, they know this politics. You want to see aesthetics, they'll give you the drone. And you see from a distance, but when you feel some of the stuffs, you cannot say the same thing you're talking about right now. The quality for these things are bad. Some of them, the toilets from even when it was built was a problem. Water no day to flush. So sometimes maintenance culture is key. We talked about the Morocco Stadium. It was raining every day, and you wouldn't see the ball being
a waterlogged pitch.
There's no waterlogged pitch, and these things are not rocket science, bro. They are not rocket science. We know what we're supposed to do, but like you said, until we start leaving the government out of our football and start thinking beyond civil service, and now thinking at football being a business itself, we don't get there. Premier League was not the best of leagues before now. I saw some games here, 70s, 80s. They've always been there, but you cannot put the Premier League side by side.
You can still see signs in the Championship. There are still side patches in
You get the point. The Spanish La Liga was way ahead.
Yeah.
Talk about the Italian Serie, even the German Bundesliga at some point in time. The Premier League just had some good teams, but you don't talk about them in the Champions League. Imagine the five teams in the Champions League in the top 8 from the Premier League. That's how good they have improved their league. You talk about the Europa League or what they call the UEFA Cup back then. You don't see a Premier League team. They beat them from the group stages, or maybe the round of 16. They're out. You see teams from even Scotland, or teams from Italy, or teams from even the Scandinavian countries going on to win these titles or give them a run for their money. So things are actually changing. And these are people who said, okay, we'll have a 10-year plan, we'll have a 20-year plan, we want to get this thing to that height. Like I said, Obado, this thing is not rocket science. We can get these things worked out. But I think we looked at it, like I mentioned, salary earners, civil servants, beyond the scope of making this league beautiful. We have everything it takes. You cannot be looking at playing CAF Champions League games and they're taking games away. Our teams will never do well. Rivers United will come play in the league. They play the Champions League the next game.
Yeah, Power Dynamos.
Yeah, they're playing. They'll take them to
the Nest of Champions.
The Nest of Champions, where they have stadia in Rivers State. Are you not telling me that we cannot have one stadium in Rivers State that will host a whole Rivers United? Why can't even the stadium they play be their home ground? You know how much of a mentality that is. You have to travel first, and you know how they watch football over there. They don't go full stadium if not be Super Eagles they play. Look at the Surulere National Stadium till date.
Yeah. So abandoned.
Testing Balogun, maybe they do one time. My name is Michelle, go give you the remaining story. So we have a lot to do. This stadium right here, the Mobolaji Johnson Arena, is still not completed to date. We go through commentaries, we see the behind the scenes, and we are like, why would they see block? We could have plastered this thing now. The basic things that should be done, and somebody else,
collected that money.
I not talk so.
I talk so. 0201-277-0993 for the men. For the ladies, 0201-465-7190. Yes, I don't know if Pamela has any stories for us from the women's angle, but hey, let's go straight to the phone lines. It's ringing, and so a lot of people want to actually speak on this. Hello, who's there? Good evening, welcome.
Hello, Mr. This is good evening.
Welcome.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Oh, I don't forget.
Azu. All right, Chidibem, welcome.
Yeah, from you, so when you guys are talking about this, it's really great to me down. because I hold Nigeria.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Oh, sorry, I don't let us for a minute.
I guess so. Oh.
A whole country like Nigeria, only one standard stadium, only one. Yeah, this is it really stress me out because you come outside and make your mark giant of Africa. What makes you giant of Africa when you don't have? How many stadiums do you have in this country? Is it up to 9 or 10? How many of them are standard? How many of those stadiums can even host African Cup of Nations? We don't even talking about the World Cup. How many of you can host African Cup of Nations? Only one, just single one. God, and they're paying them to do all these things. They're paying them. I think I will agree with Mr. Azo. It's the time we leave the government behind of this thing. Someone needs to step up and do this thing because if you keep on relying on governors, father notice you never do anything about it. You can say 10 years. It's not. I want to do this Nigerian stuff. Not be 10 years by this, 10 years not be this. So I say someone else needs to step up. I beg because a whole country like Nigeria, giant of Africa, can never host. When last we host tournament? When last Nigeria host a tournament? Let's say say African Cup of Nations. When last they host it? When?
Year 2000.
And we don't even have any good stadium. Again, one certain time I was watching stadium, and I was watching TV, and I did one of our stadiums. That place don't look like where they are playing rugby. That be like street football stadium. How? Why? Please, I don't want to get emotional on this. Thank you.
All right, thank you very, very much. He had to talk about. Hello.
Hello, good evening, Dizo.
Yeah.
Dizo, do you know the most painful part of it? Go to Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium. The government tell you how much they are paying people that are working there for maintenance every month.
Civil servants actually.
The people, the salary they are spending on that stadium, Dizo, in a year, is even enough to build another standard stadium. It's from my state. I'm from Edo State. Just go there now. I have a brother working there. Dizo. If the government just tell them tomorrow, you people are trying, you are taking care of your worker. If you see how much they budget for that stadium every year.
But do the workers collect the money? Your brother, did he confirm that they get the money that the people say they are paying?
You know Nigeria now. Maybe somebody somewhere is collecting like 300,000. In that he is collecting, they are paying him 100,000. He will be happy now because he's better than some other people.
Right.
That is the problem. The money we are spending on maintenance for all these stadiums that are not even working. Morocco are not spending it on their stadium. Go soccer everywhere.
Wow.
It's quite a pity, Dizo.
It is a pity.
Go to refinery. How much are they spending on those refineries? For maintenance, security, everything. Refinery that has not been working for more than 2 decades now.
Wow.
We are spending money for security, maintenance, everything.
Quite sad.
Dizo, it's quite painful.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much. I remember when Pamela collected the money, she was working somewhere in sports. She just gave me everything. Said overdose. You know what? Just manage it for me.
Is that so?
I mean, yeah.
Hey, do you believe
like,
that?
She was like, overdose. You spent so much years in this sports industry. You know where the bones are buried. Just help me with this. And I was glad to help her.
Wow.
By the time she was ready to take that money, I gave her everything. And I was so accountable. She was like, "Wow, other people will spend this money
as a media daddy."
No, not not as a media, as a mentor. Yes, I was mentoring her. Yeah, she was my mentee. You know, and look at where we are today. But give us some transfer news, please.
Well, in the transfer market or the transfer world, Liverpool agreed deal in principle to sign Ifeanyi Ndukwe from Austria Vienna. The club has confirmed that's a report. And also, Marcelo Sauna, Enzo Alves signed today. He's a first professional contract at Real Madrid.
I think Wayne Rooney's son also wants to play for Man United.
Yeah, he's also in the pipeline and could get his first team opportunity very soon. That's one lad we saw with his father in the 2013-12 season. Kicking the ball to the goalpost. Anyway, Barcelona verbally agreed new deal with Fermin Lopez. And that's valid until June 2031. And you need to maybe Junior overdose.
Yeah, it's in the
pipeline too.
It's coming. Man, why you doing here? Why you doing here?
Yeah, running a mate.
Don't go there.
Off your mic. Off your mic. Off your mic.
Barcelona agreed deal to sign a Uruguayan 19-year-old left back, Patricio Pacifico, from Defensor Sporting, and that's a deal, a loan deal with a 1.8 million euros a buy option plus add-ons inclusive in that deal as well. And one news from the stables of Valencia, Guido Rodriguez is one man who has joined the team from West Ham United, and he will be joining the club on a free transfer. That's the news we also have for you. For Chelsea, they've confirmed that the deal for 17-year-old fullback Yesala from Sheffield Wednesday, and his contract is valid until 2028. For Lazio and Atalanta, they have sealed the deal for Daniele Maldini on an initial loan with 14 million euros buy option clause. Medical test being slated soon, and a document also exchanged and approved with Maldini also giving his agreement to join the Lazio side right there at the Stadio Olimpico. For the news involving Alex Jimenez is one man who Bournemouth are also for striking, looking to sign him from AC Milan.
Well, you know that when you play at the Stadio Olimpico, you go to the limp. Yes, now because of the injury.
Don't leave me. Don't leave me.
Yeah, Olimpico, they make people limp.
You know, so now eco they give me. Anyway,
you know what I discovered lately? Michael Carrick, in favorite meat like liver. You know why?
Why?
So that he could deliver. Oh, Tammy Abraham. What did you do, Tammy Abraham?
So Tammy Abraham have confirmed that Besiktas have finally signed him. Yeah.
Not Aston Villa.
Now see what they are doing.
Hey.
They paid, let him explain it.
Okay.
Ebuka did the deal. One Ebo man.
They run things from behind.
He says spare parts. Say no this. One choice pass Sterling. So I think they paid the 11 million pounds to Roma, and they're going to be selling that player to Aston Villa now for 18 million pounds here. So then go 7 million. Not be small money.
Besiktas and go.
Now they buy him 11 now.
So they go buy him immediately, sell him.
Hey.
Same thing happened for Barcelona and one sports player.
Kennedy is involved.
I think Emerson Royal about a few seasons ago. The same day was sold exactly. And I think there's also one news which you must say. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Alvaro Arbeloa is kindly telling him that he should look for another club.
Man City might be going for him. I don't know if it's this January, but it will surprise me if Guardiola carry on.
But that would be so funny because imagine betraying your child for that. For that.
That's why I know that, you know, she hasn't
Liverpool
betrayed me. Yes, no, she hardly betrays me. She's always loyal. She's very loyal.
It's easy to talk.
She did loyal.
That's bad.
It's easy to talk, but
anyway.
Wait, before let's go pay the bills. We'll be back.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
From Saturday the
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens.